Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with my review of the Super Sentai Artisan Shinobimaru. So, this is like a series of figure that is, well, I guess it's going to be Zords too, but it's like sort of a premium Zord-like figure. And for this case, it's not like a full-on Megazord or anything, it's just the one Zord and is articulated figure of Shinobimaru, since the one in the main Megazord is actually pretty blocky, because it kind of has to be, but and it actually does work with Megazord, which is kind of neat. But let's go ahead and just take a quick look at it. No, at first I'm talking about the box. But here's the box. It's a very small little box. It's kind of nice though. It's got this very, I don't know, retro vibe to it. I'm not sure what older box it reminds me of, but something about it feels old. Because I don't know, maybe it's just like the bronze colors or something, but you got a picture of Shinobimaru here. It's like a building effect behind him. I got the logo here, some cloud wisps, you know, wisping. The back doesn't even show poses, just got a bunch of text. And then the bottom also just a bunch of text. So it's actually fairly boring thinking about like the sides and stuff. And then it says Super Sentai Artisan, and there's a little silhouetted image of Rangers, but like it's clearly not in a Ninja because it's green, yellow, red, blue, pink, and that is not in a Ninja's color lineup. So boom, Sentai jammed. But yeah, so it's an okay little box. The front's kind of neat. It's kind of got this retro look to it, but everything else is kind of eh. But anyway, that is all he comes with, other than this little thing in here, which I almost forgot to show. But I wanted to keep it in here so I didn't lose it. But he's got instructions. But right here, we're going to pull this out because we're going to need it. And try not to lose it. I'm going to set this aside so I remember to put it away. But it is a little piece that looks like Aka Ninngers, which he'll put onto his shoulder. It's kind of reminiscent of those ones that were with like the Die Ranger ones and stuff. Other than the instructions, there's also an advertisement for they're doing a Shuriken type thing, which is a full-on mecha. I don't think I'll personally be getting it because I feel like I have just so much samurai and Shurikenjin stuff. It's kind of ridiculous. But they also are doing a Rodeo Maru version, which is going to be much like this. Now, I have my larger, higher up tripod for this, even though I should have a smaller down one, because we're going to actually have to bring in a Ninja mech here. But yeah, so it's this small little articulated figure. Let me bring in here. We're going to use Proto Drive figure here. This is Proto Drive TK series figure. So in the scale, he's just a little bit shorter than roughly an average figure. So around Figure Arts TK scale, he's a little bit shorter than that in terms of figures like that. Just to give you an idea there, but he is a small little articulated figure, and he's pretty well articulated. He's not quite Figure Arts level, but definitely decently articulated. You have a nice hinge joint here. He can move his arm all the way around. You got a single elbow joint. You can swivel at his hands. You can open up his little fingers. He's got those, I like to call them the Sochaku Henshin figures, but the TK series figures and stuff also have those. You have a nice little ball joint here on his leg, so you get a solid range of motion. The swiveling as well. You got a single knee joint. And then you have a little ball joint here on his foot. And he can swivel at the waist. And his head is also on a little bit of a ball joint. You can move it up and down ever so slightly. And you can, you know, twist it around. So pretty well articulated. Obviously a lot more articulated than the actual Shinobimaru you get. But you can get him in some pretty cool poses. Look at this amazing I'ma punch you pose. That you can't get that anywhere else except for other articulated figures. But in terms of Shinobimaru, you can't get that anywhere else. You got these little flaps here which do move for transformation, and even this little piece here moves a little bit, which I'm not entirely sure how much difference that makes, but still kind of neat. But yeah, anyway, so that's its articulation. So very nice. It's kind of neat to have articulated form of this, since it is in with accent. No, I don't know where that was going. I'm sorry. Sometimes when the accents happen, I just run with it. But yeah, because especially since something like this is more articulated in the show, and then you get the toy and you have this little square. So it's nice to have something like that. And detail-wise, they do a really good job on him, I think. I think the head sculpt is very well done. It definitely captures the way it looks in the show. I really like the eyes. They have a nice shine to them. The silver paint here as well has a nice shine to it. The details on them are all show matching. You have the chrome finish here on his chest piece here with the logo, which actually looks pretty nice. Chrome finishes and stuff like that can be hit and miss, and for this one, honestly, I think I kind of dig it. I feel like the knees maybe look a little cheap, but it's still kind of nice to have that finish there going on. So yeah, he's a very nice looking little figure. Now as for features, other than just being articulated, I already showed you that little piece here. Now this is going to be kind of difficult. If you can see here, there's little lines here. There's this thing to pull out this little piece here. It's actually a lot easier the second time. Why does that always happen to me? Anyway, it was a lot more difficult last time and I had fingernails. But so you pull that out and you can put this little dude here. And it looks like, you know, Aka Ninngers riding on him like in the show, which is a very neat feature, for sure. It doesn't really look like it. I mean, he's all completely blandly red. There's no details on him, but still it's neat. Like I said, very reminiscent of like the Die Ranger things and stuff like that. Be careful when you are taking that out. You definitely want to push from the bottom of where the little guy starts. Because you can definitely feel it bending, so you don't want to break that. The only other feature, which I guess I'll show off more in a minute, but right here, this little paneling here, pull down, and it reveals two little pegs, which are actually going to allow him to connect to Shurikenjin. Now I have Shurikenjin King because I am a lazy bastard, and I did not want to get it out of its mode that I have it in, if I don't absolutely have to. But we're going to bring him in a second, which is why we have the tall camera. But quickly, before that, here's a look at him next to his actual deluxe mecha counterpart, which they are pretty much the same height. This little backpack here gives him a little bit more. But as you can see, this guy's a brick. This guy's got much more details. So that is a comparison there for that. All right, now we are going to flash away for a second and bring in King Shurikenjin. Boom, there he is. I don't know why that almost turned into a song. I'm like, oop, there it is. I don't know where I'm going. Now I feel like dancing in the mailroom in Elf. Anyway, so he actually can fit in here. I'm not sure if it's going to click for me, you know, because Adam Sandler. No, that was just not, reference didn't even, that was nothing. Okay, but he can fit in there, and if you actually want to, he will, those little things will click into the back. Like I said, I don't know if it's going to do it for me because I'm being lazy, but you can still show it without it. And his little feet fit in here, and his hands are well articulated, or his arms, so you can get him on the controls very easily. And there you go, which that is really cool. I dig that quite a bit, that you can do that. I think that's a really neat feature that they might not even had to do, because they could have just said, hey, here's an articulated figure of Shinobimaru. But that is very cool. I don't think I'll keep it in there for my display, just because I want to be able to have this guy outside being articulated, but still very, very neat that he actually can sit in there and does look quite a bit more presentable. But so yeah, that pretty much covers it. I honestly really dig this figure. I really like the design, which is why I picked it up. I think it's neat to have an articulated figure of it. It's a very nice figure, and I really do like that you can fit it in Shurikenjin and stuff like that. It was a little pricey for me, so I would say definitely don't pay too much for it, because I think it's a very solid figure and I do like it, but I think that it would be worth it for a little bit cheaper, just because it is a bit of a smaller figure. It's not, you know, feature rich or a large figure with a lot of accessories, so definitely a solid figure, but you don't want to pay too much for it, if that makes any sense. But anyway, that's about it. Until next time, make sure you check out the Crazy Podcast at writersrangersrambles.com, and of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, it's Awesome Rider, signing out.